Everything I spit rare, we sounded that great. Area podcast, they talk about hip hop all the way in the UK, so they gon' get props. Ooh, let me catch it once again.
This is culturally inappropriate.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Oh,
Love that.
we started.
Gotta update the board. Yeah.
Appropriate. Oh wait, hang on. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, this is great.
My screen has just gone black. See,
5
this
years
always
of
happens.
podcasting, and this is where we're at. Edit
actually
the
got-
fuck out of that.
Oh dear. Right, I
Sean
can't
is
hear. I can't see you guys.
technical difficulties.
Wow. Okay. Well, I'm just going to do the intro without seeing you all. So, yeah, I mean, long-time listeners, sorry, will be familiar with the reviews that we used to do back in the day. This is a return to that. We haven't done this in a long, long time, but sometimes you just got to do it, right? When a certain project comes out. So let's get straight into it. We're reviewing Let God Sort 'Em Out by Clipse.
This is culturally inappropriate.
Indeed. We've already spoken quite a lot about the rollout, the singles, other controversies around it. So if you want to hear our thoughts on that, check the last couple of release recaps. And this ain't going to be a history lesson. There's a lot of great information out there if you search hard enough on Clipse, but we're just going to keep it to the album today. So yeah,
also,
let's
just watch one of their interviews. One of the many interviews they've done. You can't avoid it if you're in hip hop. There's hundreds, not hundreds, but there's lots of interviews out there where they talk about the history, why Malice left, why Malice came back, all this kind of stuff, the years in between. Go watch that to fill that in. Let them lot do that. We're gonna do this. Fantano style, baby.
For sure. Okay, so I feel like let's talk about the content first, because there's some things going on in here. Was there anything we're picking up on in terms of like themes, recurring sort of topics that these guys are talking about? Obviously, it's been a while since they dropped an album. In fact, no, the first place to start really is, how did we feel about them kicking off with a song like The Birds Don't Sing?
It's mature.
I thought that was pretty bold.
It's mature, man. Like, let's be honest. When you're hitting your late 40s, early 50s, whatever, and you're trying to do a rap album, you can come in and start talking the most wicked shit you want to talk about and all that kind of stuff. Or you can start it from a place of maturity like they have, which is dealing with the death of both your parents. It's like within 4 months of each other or something. And like, that's a lot to deal with as an adult, but it's something that, if someone's alive, you can guarantee they'll be dead as well. You know what I mean? But it's a very mature standpoint to start from. I don't know what everyone else kind of.
No, do you know what? The Clipse are real rappers. I feel like they talk a lot of wildness, but they are very wild people. And it's like, this is just the realest place they're in right now, which is like they actually did lose their two parents. There's not, like, I feel like it feels like drug dealing is all they used to talk about, but this is just as real as all of that as well. So I think it makes sense.
Yeah. What about you, Theo?
Oh no, like you said, I just think it's really mature and really real, and it's just like, I don't know, they're in the place now where I don't know, it just came like I thought it was a nice start because it really sets the tone of the album, sets like outlines just that what happens when grief happens, and they're able to do it in such a way that, I don't know, well, for me it hit home massively, but they did it in such a way where like you felt moved by it, but it's just, I think it was a beautiful song, and it just, having John Legend on there as well, I think was just like the chef's kiss, just because he hit those notes where it sort of touches, and just with the lyrics in terms of like with the hook itself, I just thought it was just a work of art, to be honest. Kind of just shows that Clipse are bringing real hip hop back, and that's what it's based on, actual life moments, and being able to put that into a song and actually like get people to feel that sort of emotion, not what we have been listening to. They're actually just bringing it back to the core of hip hop and what it actually is.
I think it encourages their peers as well to make that choice of, you can be yourself, you can be real, as long as you're actually good at rapping. You can rap about whatever, and it's a good song, Yeah.
I'm back, by the way. I can see you all properly. I feel calm again. I'm in the
I
zone.
can hear it in your voice.
Yeah, I was rattled. I was like, don't do this to me, not again. Last week was the microphone, this week's the screen. Yeah. Anyway, I think that intro's urgent, and it's an urgent album, and it immediately gets your attention, immediately gets you thinking, right, this is serious. I need to pay attention, and I think that it's not conventional. Usually a song like that falls towards the end, doesn't it? Or it's like the kind of centerpiece of the project. So it's a bit off kilter as well. But I think they said in one of their many interviews that it was kind of like when they began recording this, it was the sort of elephant in the room. Like, when are we going to record this track? We've got to talk about it. It's such a big life event. So when they did do it, it was like, well, I think Pharrell was the one actually was like, this needs to kick it off. And they weren't sure at first, but Pharrell sort of persisted. And then I guess that's part of the genius of Pharrell, isn't it? But yeah, man, it's
an interesting start as well, because most people are gonna ideally play from track one. So to go with what is technically the most ballady, kind of slowest song, technically first is like, this is a bit of a risk. But then they don't waste any time in between that and the next track. Do you know what I mean? They get straight into it from there, which is an interesting kind of place to be, because it's like you've just heard all this, like, not horrible stuff, like, isn't bad stuff, but all this kind of like deep, almost making you shed a thug tear kind of vibes about how like their dad was so good and all this kind of stuff, and he feels like he let him down by doing what he was doing, but he's come back to the Lord. Malice saying this, by the way.
Yeah.
Pusha T kind of coming to terms with the fact that he prioritized his career over, taking care of his parents. And even the way they barred about it, like when he said, that's when Virginia hit me. His wife is called Virginia. He's from Virginia. Obviously, his parents are back in Virginia. It's like even the way they've decided to wrap it up in this song, excuse the pun, the way they decided to wrap up in this song is really powerful and really, really showing how, like, expert veteran level they are at rapping, both of them.
Yeah, there's some really powerful lines on here as well, like some beautiful stuff. There's that line where he says, the way you miss mama, I guess I should have known. Chivalry ain't dead, you ain't let her go alone. That was first time I heard it, I was like, oh, that's like, that one really hit.
And it's like real life wrote that bar. It wasn't even like made up.
Yeah. And I know we'll get onto them as the rapping ability and things like that, but it's the delivery. The delivery is just, you can tell it's real.
What you said though, Sean, that like this is an urgent album, is interesting, because it's like this song is saying like life's not as long as you want it to be, and it's like at a certain point it's gonna end, and it's interesting how this song conveys that, because the rest of the album is so like urgent. It's giving like a, well, time's up now, like we're back, and they're coming like laying the gauntlet down.
Yeah. Well, let your mess become your message was the other line on here where I was like, oof. And I think, but based on the conversation that Malice, is it no Malice now, or is it back to Malice?
It's just Malice now.
Again.
Back to Malice.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I thought so. By the bars, I was like, I thought so.
He addressed it though. He addressed it. He said that basically, like, to come back, he couldn't be the old person he was, so he took the no off, and now he's just Malice.
Right. But yeah, he talks about I already quoted it, that let your mess become your message, getting that sort of approval or the blessing from his dad to kind of go on and go back to the music in the way in which we get it now and all that. It's very and Pusha's verse is very, I thought, like quite vivid and visceral and things like that too. It's a beautiful record. Hook's good as well. John Legend doing his thing. Outro special as well. Was that Stevie Wonder?
Apparently so, yeah.
Yeah. So beautiful track, man. And then to follow it up with Chains and Whips is, I mean, how do we feel about that?
To be honest, right, I don't want to be a party pooper. I don't think this is Kendrick's best verse. I really don't. Out of all the things we've heard from him in the last few months.
It probably isn't his best verse. I kind of hear what you're saying. It was just, Yeah, but what about the track though? Just generally,
the track's fantastic.
The vibe.
The track is a general. No, it's
to go from a song like "The Birds Don't Sing" straight into that is, again, to me, another bold move, because it's like, I don't know, if you hadn't been a part of you weren't invested in what's it called, like all the interviews, You weren't really checking the leaks, anything like that. You just kind of went into this blind. That must have been a real jarring experience, man, I would say. Especially based on like the content of the previous song. In the best way possible. I don't mean that in a negative way.
No, I feel like it's just the first song is the first song, you know, it sets the scene. It's like this is what's happened since you last heard from us. Now we're addressing the present day.
Right. Yeah,
I know what you mean, because I'm trying to think, because I actually didn't find it jarring at all when I tried. Don't get me wrong, I know, trying to put myself in the position where I didn't listen to all the interviews and stuff, but even like just, I don't know, if I just go in and take all my feelings aside, I kind of didn't care the fact that it went from a powerful song like that, and that obviously Birds don't sing literally. It just that hit me massively, and then I also went straight into Chains and Whip. Right from that first beat, I don't know, just moved straight on to the next one, and it just sort of like it's like okay, we here now. They're talking, and then just like the way they were flowing and the sort of the tone. It's the tone. It's the like the hook, like the way how they're pronouncing Chains and Whips. I'm like. I don't know, it just gassed me. I was like, this is, okay, we're here now, I'm locked in. So I didn't kind of find it jarring in that sense.
Because it sounds like No Church in the Wild. And like, that was the first track. And this you can imagine starting this album with this track, Chains and Whips, as well. And almost like replicating that whole vibe. I don't know, it's just, it's choiceful that they didn't put it as the first track.
Yeah, and just to reiterate, when I say jarring, I don't mean like you know, in a way that sort of, you know, messes up the sequencing or like the transition isn't good. I think it's phenomenal. It's like, you know, in a film where there's a twist, for instance, and like a tonal shift, and it's like where are we here? But it makes sense. It's like it's satisfying.
Yeah.
The best example I can think of is Parasite, when shit starts to hit the fan, and then like things. If you've seen Parasite, you'll know what I mean. There's a certain moment where you're like, where are we going now? That's what I mean by that transition. And to go from, like I say, the sort of the very vulnerable personal content of the first track into something like this, which is damn right villainous. It's like, quite evil.
Some of it, for, though, right? It's that idea of like when I said, "Oh, I hope they don't just rap about coke the whole time." Actually, part of me wanted them to just rap about coke the whole time, and so that's kind of what this transition is. It's like it took me, and I was like, "Oh man, maybe we're gonna get like a real deep, thoughtful album." It's like, nope, straight back to the coke raps. Actually, like here we go.
It's deeper than that, though. I think because, of course, we've addressed like one of the big, I wouldn't say themes, but just like I guess recurring topics of this album is their parents. You know, there's multiple lines throughout the album. The other one to me is temptation. It's like there's a real, they're not kind of shying away from the fact that there is this devil on their shoulder, kind of always there, sort of reminding them of the past, maybe influencing them to say certain things, make certain decisions.
Well, there's an interesting bit where it's like basically most of the time Malice is trying not to swear, and then sometimes he just goes all out. He's not saying like F bombs and stuff, but he definitely says the N word quite a lot. But otherwise, he's trying to be on his holy stuff, but he's like, actually, I need to put the N word in here so you guys know I'm talking to you. Do you know what I mean? Like he for the sake of the bar, he's like, yeah, you guys need to know that I'm talking to you. He's not one. You are an N word. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. He says what does he says on here? He says, "You're gasping for air now. It's beautiful." That's not holy.
You don't expect to hear that from him, though.
Sinister, man.
The energy he comes
holy.
on for the rest of the album, you don't expect this evil being to be lurking inside him. Like the way Pusha raps, obviously you expect that from him, but it's like, oh.
This is the thing, though. I think he's actually darker than Push. That's why he had to go to No Malice for a while, because it's too much what he's saying sometimes.
Yeah. And this is, I do think this track is Push's. Like it's that first verse is, I mean, I think, and we'll try and kind of cover this. I think as we go along. I think with Malice, because we haven't heard much of him for a long time, and obviously some of the things he's saying on here, you know, I guess wouldn't say contradicts, but clash with perhaps the persona he built post Clipse when they first split up. With Push, it's just more of the same. And we've come to expect this. Not in a boring way or anything, but like Push does this, and continues to do it in fresh ways.
He addresses it on the hook where he's like, "My uncle told me you must be sick. All you talk about is chains and whips." And ice my neck, all that kind of stuff. He's like, he's addressing it, but he's also like, this is what I like. So
Yeah.
that's who I am. I am this villain for now.
I will close your heaven for the hell of it. That's the.
Did you see
the
how he
one,
performed that on Tiny Desk?
Yes,
The delivery,
the hand view. Oh, yeah. The hand movements were crazy. Oh shit. Yeah.
There's luckily a lot of live recordings of them performing a lot of these tracks, and some of the ways that Pusha T delivers these lines, I'm like, you're not okay. Like,
he's smiling.
Yeah, you're scary.
Yeah, he loves this sort of shit. You can just tell he lives for this stuff. It's just because, like you said, the way he pronounces and just delivers it is just unbelievable. Like, you just feel it when he's spitting. It's unbelievable.
And this is Jim Jones he's addressing, right? Is that this verse?
Well, I think Kieran's a bit more.
What did Jim Jones? Oh, are we talking about Nas?
Yeah, no. Pusha dissed Jim Jones as well. It wasn't just Nas.
They've had something back and forth.
So everyone seems to be coming for Jim Jones. Honestly,
but the push Jim Jones thing's been going on for a little while.
Yeah,
I think, hasn't
that's
it?
been going for a little while. But obviously, he's got involved with Nas as Nas has his say as well. But yeah.
Just as I was starting to say Jim Jones was getting good, now he's getting absolutely bodied. That's not fair.
It's because you can't talk to that level of recklessness, though. He went too far.
Yeah, man. Well,
Fair enough.
We go into POV next. The way this album starts, man.
This was the first
wheel
wheel
up.
up.
Nice.
This was the first wheel up, and I didn't even get to Tyler's verse before I did the wheel up because I was just a bit like, hang on, it's like, what's going on here? Like the flow that Pusha T catches is with the POV. I was like, what's going on here? Let me start again because I'm not paying attention properly. And I mean, obviously I expected to do at least a couple wheel ups in this album, but this being the first place where I did a wheel up was interesting because of just how Pusha T comes across on this track.
Yeah, and this one felt like the first. I don't know if this all makes sense. Like the sort of typical Clipse track to me. I'm not saying it sounded like something off, say, Hell Have No Fear, but like content wise, it was just like this is them in their element. This is the Clipse we know, and that's why it made sense to get Tyler on here, I guess, because he is a self-proclaimed like huge Clipse fan. So,
I mean, they dragged the best verse I've ever heard out of Tyler.
Oh, Tyler gassed me, man. Honestly, man. Oh, it was actually stupid.
Tyler gassed me, but I knew it. Sorry, Phil. Go on.
No, I was just saying, just because I know Tyler can rap, but flipping hell, man. The way he was just flowing off and just the wordplay and what he was doing with that verse, I was like, nah, Tyler is not just coming on this track and just doing this. The way I think I wheeled this track up like 3 times. Like, it was just, I just couldn't believe what I'm hearing. And then
you can hear the excitement in his voice as well.
Oh yeah, he's loving it.
On this
he's
track.
Absolutely loving it. I think that's what makes it even better. You can hear he's having so much fun, and he's just like doing his thing, and it just comes off so well. And then and then when you get the switch up, and you just get Malice's verse, and I'm like,
that's what I was going to say.
That's when I had to wheel
that
it
Malice
up again.
Verse
that's what I'm
crazy.
That's what. So imagine me listening. I'm like, oh, like you said, Sam, like. The way how Pusha's start sounding at the beginning, I'm like, oh, what's this? Then like Pusha's verse, and then you get to Tyler, I'm like blown away by that. So I've already had 2 wheel ups, and then the beat switch, and then Malice does his thing. I'm like, what the hell is going on in this track? I couldn't get past this track for a while, to be honest with you. I was just blown away.
The whole verse is hard, but from the line he says, if I didn't give you both sides, I wouldn't be me. That's like, if you had to sum up Malice, even if you just listen to clips from the beginning, like that is him. Do you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, Pusha T does sometimes, has at times been introspective and kind of, delved into that side of things. But Malice has always been the consequences. Like if you really like deep clips his work, and he seems like he's even way before he like dipped out for, 15 years or whatever it was. He was always kind of battling with his conscience and with faith as well and things like that. But just from that line on, what he says after that, oh man, I'm not even going to do it. I was going to go through the whole verse there, but it's like it's might be my favorite verse on the album. I'm not even joking. I love that verse, but I think the beat switch up does like enhance it.
Yeah. It's one of those moments. It's like a cheap moment for this.
They knew what they were doing though. Came back for the money. That's the devil in me.
And it's cool.
That addresses. Everyone's gonna be like, "Why did he come back? Why did he come back? He wants to make bread."
It's just honesty, though, isn't it? It's pure honesty and it's pure boldness. I love it. When I heard that, I was like, that is just amazing, man.
But it's not even that. He says, had to hide it from the church. That's the Jekyll in me.
Yeah.
What are you saying?
Exactly, yeah.
He is oh man, Malice is too good,
but
man.
he addresses the problems. I don't know what track it is in exactly, but he addresses the problems with the church when he's like, oh, your pastor pulls up in a Rolls Royce. He's like, I had the Rolls Royce before I started doing this God's like shit. Do you know what I mean? It's like he's conscious of the problems with religion and, you know, the kind of faith and all that kind of stuff. But he's like, this is my way to make money, and I don't think it's hurting anybody right now. You know what I mean? If anything, it's making people happy. It's you know, I'm spreading my message. And he said it in a couple of the interviews that I've watched, because I've watched, I think, about 4, maybe 5. And he's like, if I have to preach to people, I might as well do it in a way where they're gonna listen. And so he's like, this way I can reach millions of people with my message, and hopefully they pick it up along the way, because they're gonna dissect what I'm saying. And in that verse, or in my scripture, or whatever he's describing it, there's a message. And I'm like, you know what, you ain't wrong. There's a lot of people out there, you know, screaming in the street and trying to do bullshit in the street. It's like, bro, if you can get to 1 million people, millions of people this way, do it, because we are listening when Malice is speaking, aren't we?
Oh,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, man. And then what is it on the? I haven't got the track list in front of me, but is it So Be It next?
So Be It. Yeah, So Be It.
And then Ace Trumpets. I know we spoke about the singles, but then to follow up with those, that 5-track run, man.
That's what I'm saying. That 5-track run is unbelievable. I love it. I think it's just to come in like to an album when you've been gone for that long and you come back and to have a 5-track run like that is just, it's something else.
Yeah.
Looking back, every time I have to take a step back and see it, and I'm like, damn, man, this is unbelievable.
We always complain about sequencing, and in this case, it's actually done what we would want to see happen more often than not. Is like the big features are at the top, the singles are at the top, and now after you've heard Ace Trumpets, you're like, well, I haven't heard any of this album now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, this is all new to me.
They did really well.
Yeah, I mean, the singles by themselves were fantastic, and normally I don't listen to singles when I know an album's coming, but in this case, I kind of had to. Like they demanded to be listened to. But So Be It and Ace Trumpets, for me, even though they are some of the best tracks on the album, they're not the best tracks on the album, if that makes sense, in context of the album.
So Be It. I can't lie. So Be It.
Yeah, So Be It
is a mad
tough,
one.
man. But I'm like that with Ace Trumpets as well. Ace Trumpets, I'm like, this is a perfect song.
Yeah, because the way they're rapping, the verses, they're just the rhymes are perfection.
Yeah. But then there are also like highlight standout moments that, I mean, we've spoken about some of them already. But...
It's eclectic though. Like I feel like every track, it feels so different and unexpected. Especially like the way Ace Trumpets beat comes in. It's like, oh, you've got even more synths we didn't think about. I quite like that. Flow.
I just like the fact that Malice came in with like not 4 different languages, but like 4 different cultures to describe different parts of himself. He's got the Italian bits going on. He's got the kind of Indian Hindu bits going on with the Mahatma bits. He's obviously speaking English as well. Yeah. Spanish bits with the plug. Like he's showing you like, you guys can't do it like I do it.
But it's also like, from a technical standpoint, to keep that scheme going, like the ending it always with the sort of, you know, that da sort of that sort of refrain is kind of crazy, considering like what he, like, I know what you're saying as well, like the sort of breadth of what he's talking about. It's quite dense, but then to keep ending it in that way and keep up with that scheme is like, in terms of writing, is like so high level, man.
And it feels like a movie. I feel like that verse is a movie in and of itself. It gives you a peek into his coke life and how that was going or whatever that looked like. But it's just impressive that he can even do that. Like you're not hearing many people do stuff like that very often in the rap game nowadays.
The whole track is like, to me, is quite cinematic and very visual. Like even just the hook, like the whole ballerinas thing, and like you can kind of, it's like you see what they're talking about. Yeah. And again, said it a few times, delivery is just on point every single track.
If anything, this is maybe Pusha T's best delivery on the whole album. I know there's parts where he delivers certain lines better, but that first verse on Ace Trumpets is disgusting.
He sets a flow that like you wouldn't think of.
So that kind of leads into a question I wanted to ask then is, of course they're like, they're such a great duo in terms of their chemistry, and you wouldn't replace either of them with anyone. They're almost like one, the way that they complement each other. But do we think someone had the other on this album? Do we have a
Oh
kind
yeah,
of
I do. I think
yeah?
Malice had Pusha T. I'm not
You think
even
Malice had
gonna.
it?
Like,
Malice had
I'm
it,
not
yeah.
even gonna.
The whole
I'm not
time,
even gonna.
Malice.
I'm not even gonna
Malice, the thing
sugarcoat
is,
it.
we haven't heard from Malice in a long time.
Yeah,
Mm.
And
honestly,
he's pushed
yeah,
Pusha to be his best self, and his best self is
exactly.
nowhere near as good as whatever version of Malice we're getting. This is not his best self, but
Honestly,
it's a great version of him.
going
No, I
through
think
the album
yeah.
again and then listening to Malice's verses, I'm like, nah, he is like, for me, he. If you had to rank them against each other, he ran away with it for me. Honestly, he was phenomenal. Like just
So,
like
so
the
you don't think
pictures
it's
he was
just because
painting.
you don't think it's just because we haven't really heard him much for the last
No, I
15
don't
years. You
at all
think it's just
because this is high.
okay.
This is high level rap. This is like you do not hear people creating the verses that he's creating. Just pick a song, like just picking off like the singles, like that. So be it verse. You know his verse is just absolutely disgusting. Even in this year, are you hearing anyone this year painting a verse like the way he painted it, and just how clever he's doing it as well? Like you can't wrap your head around this. You ain't Arab. Just like little lines like that are just
Yeah,
unbelievable, man.
yeah,
I'm just sitting
yeah.
here like, what is this guy
Not
actually
yeah,
just doing this? Just blowing me away, and he was
yeah,
doing
yeah.
it throughout the album.
Mm.
Like I thought. Right, he's got an amazing verse on Ace Trumpies. He's got an amazing verse on So Be It. Throughout the album, he's probably still at a high level, but he's still not going to blow. There's other songs that lyrically he is just absolutely blowing me away. He did it throughout the whole album. He was a standout for me, big
But it
time.
No,
also
I'm with
shows
you. I'm with
the
you.
ability of the pen, right? Like he's definitely
Yeah.
writing these verses. As much
Oh,
as I would want to
100%.
say
Yeah,
he's coming
yeah.
off the top with this, he's not. He's thinking about it. He's structuring it. He's going back. He's refining it, and that's why each one of these kind of verses are so dense. Like you listen to him and you're learning. You listen to him and you go,
Yeah.
"Wait, how has he done this?" And I feel like he's pushed Pusher. I keep saying that. I need to find a new word to say. I feel like he's encouraged Pusher to do the same thing. Whereas before we've been getting like lazy kind of this will do. I'll change a line here. I'll change the line there. I feel like we're actually getting Pusher here writing a lot more to try keep up because he's hearing Malice's verse and go, "Oh shit, do you know what I mean? I need to up my levels." And unfortunately, Malice is like miles ahead of him.
Do you know what though as well? Because look, I think it's close, but I agree with you both. I think Malice has it. Like I said, I think the only one, especially out of the tracks we discussed so far, the only one where I think, oh, that Pusher had that one was Chains and Whips, because I think that
That's
because
more
of
his
like
style.
but it's also like it feels,
agreeing.
to be honest, it felt like because of what Push was talking about, especially and getting Kendrick on there, it felt like a Pusha T record, in my opinion. It's just like he needed to get this one off his chest as well, and Malice came in and did his thing as well. Whereas the others, yeah, I would give it to Malice for the most part. I'm looking at a track list now, and yeah, near enough everyone is like, yeah, Malice had this one. But I want to give Push his props because I feel like with the hooks on here, incredible, delivery's on point. But and also the thing I was going to say at the beginning, I just remembered now is I feel like Push is just really happy to be like rapping with his brother again. I get that impression.
big
It's like
time.
let me give him the floor and just let him do his thing.
This take might
Yeah.
piss a lot of people off, especially the listeners. I didn't know they were brothers until recently. I'll be honest.
Really?
I just never knew. That information never was given to me when I heard of the clips.
They look like twins, though.
I'd
And
never
they
seen
sound the
them.
same.
You got to
They
think.
do,
You got to
yeah.
think. Yeah, the only time I've actually seen them was in the "Like I Love You" video. I'm like, damn, them two look alike. But then you don't want to be that person who's like, oh, two black people look alike, right? So I just never really gave it much thought. I was just like, you know what I mean? I never gave it much thought. And then, especially in this album, having gone back and listened, this is the first album where I feel like they're like, like brothers fight. Even though I don't have brothers, you know what I mean? Like siblings fight. It feels like they're having like a play fight together on this kind of album where they're just trying to one up each other.
So you really didn't you've really not been into Clipse then, like really not followed Clipse.
The coke rap content was just to my parenting circle. It was just not part of it. Like there was no artistry in it. I wasn't allowed to listen to it. Like my mum was like, no. My dad was like, this isn't the best. Listen to Jay-Z. So yeah, I wasn't allowed to listen to clips like that.
But do you know why it's amazing me is because like especially when we were like growing up sort of later years of high school, sixth form, uni, things like that. We listened to a lot of music. We passed a lot of music around back and forth between us all here. And I just can't believe Clipse there's never been that because
I was the supply chain.
Yeah,
I was the one
I
I was the one putting people on. So the fact I miss Clipse, and I didn't really miss Clipse. I know Neil listened to Clipse quite a lot, so he would play Clipse here and there, a couple of the bangers. But no one was giving me a Clipse album like, yo, listen to the clips, and so
I don't know why I've
Sean
never
gave
liked
me Hell Hath No Fury though. I know for sure Sean gave me that one.
because I've loved that album since I heard it.
Hell, you never passed that on to me though. I'm surprised you never.
That's what I mean. I don't understand where the gap is. In fact, listeners, if you're new to Clipse, if this is your introduction to Clipse, you have to go back and listen to Hell Hath No Fury.
That one's a certified one. Like
no, that is a certified
that's
one
of
because
albums. It's like Stankonia. It literally just doesn't age.
That's a good shout.
No, it
That's
doesn't.
you
know what? That's a really good take.
Yeah.
That it is like Stankonia. It doesn't
Really?
age. Like you actually think how old that album is. And I was listening to it the other day, and some of the beats and the production are sounding like you could just play that stuff
the
now.
The album's 19 years old.
I know, it's
crazy.
mad. That's what
mad.
I was looking at, and I was thinking, you could play that now, and people will be thinking that's an album that could have just dropped. That's when you know an album is made of high quality when it stands for that amount of time.
It also tells you that at the time they were doing something different, right? Like that's definitely something that I've noticed with this album. And I've been saying it, and I'll keep saying it. I was like, "Where's the new sound? Where's the new sound? I want the new sound." Clips seem to always be on that precipice where they're actually so, like they said in the beginning, they're so far ahead. People are they're behind everybody because they've lapped them. And it's like if you're listening to an album from 19 years ago and saying it still sounds fresh, it still sounds good. What's this album going to sound like in 20 years' time?
It's relating to what we're talking about. Pharrell is such a good producer. Like I'm so gassed hearing this album from him because I feel like he's always good with everyone, right? He's always got this futuristic sound. It's super jazzy, but if it's like for him, his dream project is just working with Pusha T and Malice, and you can hear like he's put everything into this project. It's insane. I'm gassed.
The only thing I'd say is it's just a shame
that heroes, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, the only thing that is a shame is just the issue with Neptunes, like with Pharrell and Chad falling out because
we didn't need it this time.
It wasn't that it was needed. It's just a shame in it. Like it was, if you like to kind of go back over that discography, like Lord Winning's, I think another classic album. Not quite as groundbreaking as like Hell Hath No Fury, but super well produced. And then also you've got Hell Hath No Fury, which was, as you say, it's got this timeless quality to it. It's just banger after banger after banger, and I can't imagine what it must have sounded like in 2006. And I don't know how involved Chad was at that point with Neptunes and all that, or that particular album. But that's just the only thing here. It's just like, that would have been the full reunion. Because Clipse is almost like, we called them a duo, but it's almost like it's a group.
It's a quad group. Yeah.
And this is certainly a trio, this project here. But yeah, new listeners, go back. Sam, go back. Hell Hath No Fury.
Thank you. I will go back. Go back 2 squares, Snakes and Ladders style. I don't know what he would have added to this because obviously he's not on it, right? There's no universe where we can hear him on it. I don't know if he adds anything to this that makes it greater than what it already is.
Wasn't he the drummer? Like he was
other way around. Pharrell's the drummer.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, look, we'll never know. And it's not needed. It's not needed. But yeah, okay. Should we talk about the features in a bit more detail? I mean, we touched upon Kendrick. I mean, I'm not mad at you saying it's not his greatest verse. I mean, I never when I first heard it, I wasn't like, this is his best verse. But
is anyone saying that though?
I've not heard that. No, I've not heard that.
I don't think anyone said. Yeah, that's the thing.
I said it in the group.
Yeah,
you're making a take you don't even agree with.
No, I said it in the group though.
No, I don't. But like Kieran's saying, I don't think anyone's saying this is like one of his, like even when saying one of his best verses. I think everyone just gets gassed off the Gen scheme because
that's crazy.
Because that is crazy. But in terms of one of his best verses, I wouldn't say one of his best verses.
It's just what we expect from.
Yeah, it's a standout verse. And he does really well on the feature, and I like the themes that he's tapping into. I like the thing is, I like what he does with that Gen scheme because actually, if you listen to it, like he's said one bar and then he's referred to the next bar, but actually the next bar is actually still in relation to the last bar. For example, like when he's talking about get off my genitals, and then he says you can't reach Gen Z, you fucking dickheads, but dickheads referring back to like the genitals. He's done that quite a lot. Like he's done that throughout the verse, and that's very slick and very and very clever. Like he did that on more than one occasion when you actually really listen to it. He's like, he said something here, but on the next bar it's referring to it, and it's very slick. But
there's the whole team bit as well.
because of how I've heard Kendrick in the last year, yeah, I was just like, this isn't Kendrick's best verse, which is a hot take, yeah, because obviously I don't think Pusha or Malice would accept like him doing beef level kind of angry Kendrick. They want the bars, they want the schemes, and like it's good that Theo's kind of dug into it a little bit there, because maybe that's gone over my head a bit where I'm just like, this ain't that energy. This ain't fucking, what's that track, the scary one? This ain't Meet the Grahams. This ain't the best thing he's ever done. But arguably, maybe it'll grow on me over time, because there's a few parts of this album that when I first listened, I was like, that's why I said in the group, I don't want to poop on anyone's party type thing. But now I'm coming to a place where it's like, actually, this is quite impressive. And there's no weak verses on here. Sometimes on an album you get weak verses. This album, no. There's no weak verses.
The Kendrick thing I would say is like, I think, I don't know for certain, I think this was recorded like right in the midst of the beef.
100% it was.
And I can, I don't know about you, I can hear that in it. I can hear like there's that sort of Meet the Grahams, like euphoria tone. Yeah, it sounds like he's at war. He's a bit mad and he's at war. And it's perfect for this track when you think about the Jim Jones stuff and Pusha's verse and all that. It's like you couldn't have picked a better feature artist for this particular record.
Wait though, because I was thinking, I've wanted Jay-Z on this album, and I feel like he would have
for
been
this
good
one. You think?
Yeah.
If we're talking about the theme of it being mature, Jay-Z's in his mature rap bag. So the fact they got Nas and they didn't get Jay-Z is like, you know what I mean? But
I've heard
they got Jay-Z on Nick and Rich.
I've heard him mash like these mashups. So like heard him doing the No Church in the Wild on this beat. It sounds good. Like the pocket.
Oh, you need to share that.
Yeah, you do need to share that. But you know what's also mad? I saw the interview with like Push when he talked about Chains and Whips and getting Kendrick on this album, and apparently they were like working in his I can't remember, maybe who was the guy? Basically, he was part of Kendrick's team, and he said Kendrick's got to like hear this, so he sent him all the tracks, and Kendrick phoned Push like going, "Oh, I need to be on this album. I've got to be on this album. I've got at least 2 tracks that I need to do."
He wants to be on So Be It as well.
Yeah,
everyone.
Yeah. So, but he only did the one. That's the thing. He wanted to be on. He heard them, and he's like, "I've got to be on this album." It's just
I feel like Jay would have certainly got an Ace Trumpets fan.
Jay-Z's favorite tracks
Jay
were
would have sounded good on
Whips
Ibita.
and So Be It.
Oh, Ibita. Oh my God, yes, he would have. Oh yeah, he would have flowed off that. Oh, yeah, he would have killed that.
Oh yeah,
Or
the other one
Fico.
was Mike Tyson's Punch to the Face. That one Jay-Z wanted to be on as well.
Any point past MTBTTF, I think Jay-Z would have had a good time. But alas, he's not here. Let's talk about the features that are on here. So you guys are telling me Kendrick is rapping the best he's ever rapped / really well.
No one's saying the best. No one's saying the best.
It's a good verse. I'm like, if you deep it, he is very slick and very clever. I'm not saying this is his best verse, but it's very technical with what he's doing. If you go back, you'll see it. You'll see what I'm saying, where he'll rap a bar, and on that next bar, it's reference to the previous bar. It's very clever with how he does it. Like even the thing like when he talked about ginger tea, if you listen to it, it's referencing the previous bar. He's done it. There's a theme there that what he's doing is actually really, really clever. Really,
but that one's either side of what you were talking about. You know the dickhead thing and all that. He talks about like people want the tea on me, something ginger root, and then after the whole like dickhead bit, he goes in. He says like something about, is it the ginseng or something like that?
Yeah, ginseng. Which is a root again. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, exactly. It's very slick and very clever.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Very clever.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
We spoke a bit about Tyler, didn't we? I mean, I think it's probably one of his best feature verses of all time.
His verse is disgusting.
Quotables on quotables, and again, he just sounds like someone that's rapping on like his favorite group's album. Do you know what I mean? Like he's living the dream. That's what it sounds like.
He sounds like he's on coke a little bit as well. I can't lie. Like the energy's high on this.
Only you would know that. I don't know what it's like to be on coke. So
Tyler's a sober man, though, right?
Mostly sober.
Yeah.
Mostly.
Mostly sober.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure he's
got to be taking
sober
something, man. He's working non-stop.
That's what I want to say. Yeah. He's got to be, something's off with that guy. Like we saw him perform. We know he's unhinged.
Oh, he is.
Yeah.
He is unhinged because I will forever have that memory when he had to stop and said, "I was like on the stage and I dropped my mic and I hit that bitch and that bitch gone."
But the thing is, he just kept rapping, and
Yeah,
nobody
no.
could hear him. He couldn't hear himself.
No. But it's the way he acknowledged it. He said, "No, she's out of here, and I have to apologize." He did it in such a funny way. Oh God. Oh,
But
that's
yeah,
so
I
funny.
don't know if anyone else has anything more to say about Tyler, because we kind of already spoke a bit about how
Yeah.
amazing
Yeah,
Tyler was
yeah.
on this and how much of a shock it was, really.
Yeah, man. Well, let's talk about this was the big well, not shock, because I I think there's so much information about this album in the build up, but the one that I was kind of most looking forward to, just because of how surprised I was that they were on here, Stove God Cooks, man. That hook.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That
Do
hook.
you know
That
what
hook,
though?
yeah,
Do you know
that
what?
hook.
I'll be honest with you. If anything, what this album did was reassure us that we're listening to the right people. Because we've been talking about Stove God for a hot minute, and I'm sure
Yeah.
there's a lot of people that heard this didn't know about Stove God. And we've been talking about Stove God for some years now.
Yeah, honestly, man, he just needs to drop that flipping second album. I need to hear this sophomore album. Honestly, he sounds so clean and so menacing on the mic. Oh, just that hook is just.
It's
Oh
the
man,
pockets and the approach, though. Like, I feel like the only rapper I can think of similar is ODB. Do you know? It's just so audacious how he's flexing vocally.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, no, I agree. I think as any sort of genre or movement or art form gets older, it becomes harder and harder to be truly unique. And in terms of like specifically what he sounds like, I can't think of anyone else.
No.
Like you
No,
say,
definitely not.
the audacity
Yeah.
and the sort of I don't know what the right word is. It reminds you of people like an ODB or maybe like a Danny Brown, or someone that really sort of
But
goes
still
to the
unique. It's still unique. Like,
Yeah,
He
yeah.
sounds fresh.
Yeah.
He sounds,
he sounds like
fresh
none
'cause
of them, but he's got that.
he's singing, but he's rapping, but it's hard.
Yeah.
Like, you know
it's
what I mean?
amazing.
Exactly.
The Fetty Wap line was it's making me like this. This
Talking
is
about
like
cooking the brick with one eye closed. Is that what he's talking
yeah,
about?
with a Fetty so strong, I've got to bag it with one eye closed. It's crazy. What are you saying? That is crazy. And when he says Fresh Prince jacket, boy, I cook them until they inside out. Sorry. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I
Oh
must admit,
my
Stove God
goodness.
needs to be around more. Like, I've heard so much Stove God over the last few years, and everything he does is always unique and interesting. But it's also like, come on, bro, please. Like, we're dying to hear more, because you're like a hidden gem right now, and people need to like
100%.
have something to hold on to.
He's been carrying West Side Gun's albums for years, though. I'm
Oh,
gonna be
he
real.
really has. That's not you. 100%.
Yeah, but
He
it's a
has.
fact.
Oh, honestly.
Do they remind you? I'm sorry if someone said this before and I've just forgotten, but like West Side is like Fat Joe and he's like Big Pun.
Oh
Do
no.
you know?
I don't know.
Do you know what I mean,
about
though?
That one. No.
No, but it's like let me explain. It wasn't even meant to be funny, man. I was.
He was just thinking about the breathing again. That's his whole
Yeah,
thing.
man.
Every time we mention Big Pun, he's thinking about the breathing. That's all it ever is. And now
Oh,
Kieran's
no.
thinking about the breathing. Them two are easy to read. That's all they think about is with them two.
Nah, I actually meant it as a compliment. Shit.
God.
I'm saying like you know how Fat Joe was a well respected artist and all that, but he had this protege in Big Pun that he would kind of at first sort of take around with him everywhere and have him feature on his tracks and things like that, and people were like, who is this? To the point where Big Pun is now celebrated as one of the greatest to do it with just 2 albums. That's what I mean. Is like West Side Gun's got, this is my guy, he's going to drop a hook here, 1 verse there, and he steals the show every project, every time. So that's what I meant. I went there was no disses within that comparison.
I hear it.
Stove God's impressive though. I think there's a world out there where Stove God is running the scene, but unfortunately he hasn't dropped that much. He's only been a featureized in most of the things he's done.
I know. And
Do you know
the
what,
thing
though,
is,
as well?
reasonable drought is just unbelievable though. Flipping
But
that.
yeah,
Big
His
up
debut
Marciano,
album
man.
is
following though.
Yeah.
He had some good tracks.
That made my top 5 for 2020, that project.
it was unbelievable.
And do you know what though? This is another compliment here. This is the rare occasion where, for me, the hook was so good. I didn't need a verse. I wasn't like, oh, I wish they had. Don't get me wrong, I would have liked a verse,
Yeah.
but it didn't feel like it was missing anything.
That's the quality of the of
Yeah,
the chorus,
very
though.
true.
Because I know
Very true.
exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Mm.
Crazy, man. Crazy. And we get Liva a bit later on, which is a kind of, you need that on a Clipse project. Liva
The
is always
re-up
going to be
gang.
there. For sure,
Come on.
for sure. And he did his thing as well. That's a good track. But let's get to it. I know this is going to generate some energy. Nas.
Oh man,
My
Nas.
lord.
Nas
This,
killed it.
yo,
I'm sorry, Nas killed it.
this beat switch, though, they knew exactly what they were doing. Like, they wanted me to kick the window down. They wanted me to start screaming. Like, oh,
No,
shit.
Nas killed it, man. I'm sorry, Nas just forever gasses me. Nas is like, this guy's my goat. I'm sorry, like, it's just I'm just gonna come out and just honestly, he's just phenomenal. I can't get over it. He just keeps like just amazing me every single time. Just some of the lines on there, it's just unbelievable.
Sam
I
don't
keep
look
using that
impressed.
word.
You know my opinions on Nas. I only just recently started rating Nas. That's why I'm keeping quiet. This is a great verse from Nas. It's a great time, but like I said, don't let me poop on people's party here. There was a good time from Nas here, the boy, Godson
See,
on
I'm
the belly
like,
and all that.
I kind of feel how you feel about the Kendrick verse, about the Nas verse. I think it's a really good verse, but I wasn't like, this is one of Nas's best.
He doesn't need to do his best verse,
It doesn't need to be his best
He
verse.
doesn't
This
need
isn't.
to,
This
man.
I'll tell you what it did
This
for
isn't
me.
his best verse.
We're talking about the full circleness of having a mature rapper, aging into the rap. Nas is the embodiment of that. Nas has actually been okay. We'll put Jay-Z 444 to the side. Yeah, that's the first one that came out and actually landed nicely. But Nas has had 5 projects in his mature state that are like really 6
in his mature state. Wow.
In his mature state that have landed really well.
Nas is mature and Illmatic, man. Let's be real.
Let's not do this. This is about Clipse.
Let's be real, though.
This is about Clipse, okay? Let's not do this.
This is culturally inappropriate.
But Nas even starts off the verse like saying like he's in that mature phase where like he even addresses the fact like he's been able to like influence. This is why I was talking about that influence of like OGs coming back and thinking, yeah, it doesn't matter what age you are,
He's the reason
you can still do it. Yeah,
so good. Like I'm just being real.
Honestly,
what?
He's actually.
Listen, makes sense.
No 50-year-old is going to be rapping that good if Nas didn't do what he did with these 6 albums. That's a fact. They wouldn't have even released. They wouldn't have felt inspired to release.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. Nas is
a young man's
influence.
game.
Yeah. No, trust me.
The proof is there with Andre 3000. He's like, I'm old. What the fuck am I going to talk about? It's like, there you go then.
And then Nas is just able to drop 6 projects like that at the age he's been and just like still sound relevant and still like do what he can just rap about anything. And people thinking, you get too old and they've washed up. Nas is just honestly, he's definitely influenced loads of people that are getting on in age and thinking, I've had my time, and then thinking, I've listened to these Nas projects. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna do my thing. Like he's definitely started that wave.
Exactly.
100%.
Yeah, okay.
100%.
I feel that. Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, I feel that.
I think Nas definitely didn't give his best verse because considering what I've heard from him in all those projects, this is just like, here's a verse. It's not a bad verse.
Yeah.
It's not my best, but here's a verse.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying he needed to drop, the greatest verse he's ever dropped or anything like that. I'm just being honest about my thing was like, there was the beat switch, huge build up, great verse. Didn't think he sounded quite as like slick as he has done in recent years, but it's a great verse. It's a great verse.
The beat did the talking for me though. The beat gassed me in that
moment was definitely
that's what
defined.
I'm saying is like the beat,
defined.
The switch, the whole like there's something very epic and grand about it all that elevates it. So on that initial listen, it's like fuck. Especially if you didn't know Nas was about to come on, it must have been a.
This is the thing,
experience.
Nas is he's a very intellectual rapper in it, and I think sometimes in this moment I do see what you're saying. Like he could have just done a few more punchlines that just like connected in that moment. It's like, yeah, you got me on that one.
It was more the delivery for me. It was like it was just not quite as just the irony of it is like I know we're quite rightfully talking about his influence on you know, aging artists sort of, you know, being able to deliver some of their best work and feeling like they have a place in often what's been known as a young man's sport or young man's, you know, genre and whatnot. But I didn't think he sounded quite as sort of fresh and as on point as he has done in recent years, especially when you think about like the delivery of Malice on this as well. That's me just being nitpicky. It wasn't like, oh, this is a bad verse or anything. It was just like, okay, this is cool, but I've heard better from Nas in recent years.
I hear that.
Yeah.
I hear that. I think.
But when he was talking about the Pantheon and all that, I was like, what? What are we talking about here? This in a good way, I mean. In a good way. It was like, yeah, he comes out with some shit that he still to this day comes out with stuff that I've just never heard anyone, you know, flex about. And that's something that's always great about Nas. The way he flexes is, you know, intellectual, I think is the word that Kieran used a bit earlier. Or intelligent, I can't remember what you said. But yeah.
He's
But
been
fitting.
since he was 16. Like, you're right. It's true.
Yeah. But it's but I would say again, similarly to, and this is the just to kind of cap off the at least the rappers in terms of the features. I think everyone was placed perfectly on here. Whether it was the Kendrick on that track, Tyler on that one, and then with this here, I think the production especially sort of kind of cried out for someone like a Nas to come on and do their thing.
I said this in the group as well, because when I was talking about the Jay-Z one, I feel like Jay-Z probably listened to the whole album and was like, do you know what, I don't need to be on this album because like all the features are already doing it anyway. You don't need to add to this album to make it any better.
I don't think they went to Jay-Z for a verse like that. I don't know if you guys know if they did, but I don't think...
They did. Push. I watched the interview. Pusha spoke about it. Yeah.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Well, I mean, to then change my point a little bit, I think Jay-Z knows where he belongs and when he belongs, and he doesn't belong on this. I think that's his view on it. He's like, this is not for me. I can't give my best work. And he probably is like, I gave you guys the kind of best of me when I did 444. I don't know how he feels about what he's done since then, but I'm sure Khaled was dropping big checks, and so he just took those big checks and called it a day. Whereas this is not going to be a big check that's dropping. It's more like a full of culture thing, and Jay-Z's not really doing the culture like that anymore. He's in his business bag.
Plus, Push got
case, one of the two.
Yeah, one. But Push also got he got him on Neck and Wrist. He got him on Drug Dealers Anonymous. So it's not like he hasn't had that.
That's some of the best Jay-Z that we've heard in recent years. Drug Dealers Anonymous. I remember I used to play that song every day.
That beat's disgusting.
Jay-Z is phenomenal on that track. Honestly, he's unbelievable. You're right about that, because I was banging that song for ages. Even on the other track. Well, I don't know what I'm even saying, but he was great on that as well. But Drug Dealers Anonymous is the one for me. Jay-Z was amazing on that.
But, I think there's a lot of people, there's probably a long list of people that got reached out to be a feature on this that didn't make it. I'm sure they tried to tap up Wayne, and Wayne came back with some bullshit, and they were like, no. Like, I would
never tap up. They would never go to Wayne.
You don't think so?
Pusha T and Lil Wayne Clipse and Lil Wayne have had beef for like 20 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
That's how the whole Drake thing started, because, it started off, like how Push and Drake used to go back and forth, like subliminals.
Yeah.
Before that, it was like Push and Wayne, and Drake being the, Wayne's guy. That's how he got involved.
The irony is, Wayne had the chance to do what Clipse did here with his album, right? And he missed the mark entirely.
Oh, man.
Missed the mark entirely.
That's what we wanted. In fact, like, that's the truth. That's what we wanted.
If you're coming back and there's a lot of hype around it, you have to deliver something like this. And Clipse understood the assignment fully. They gave us what we're used to, but also gave us something that we're not used to, in the fact that they're talking about mature people problems here and there. And then obviously the coke, but the coke is part of it, so I ain't got no complaints about that. But we've avoided something here that's quite important to me, and I really want to address this. The singers is a features bit on this kind of thing here. I hate Pharrell singing on this. I think it's terrible.
Okay, I also don't care for a lot of Pharrell's contributions on here, personally. I don't.
There's only one track where it's good, and it's the first track.
I agree.
Yeah, he's just.
I'm not mad at Chains and Whips either, though. Chains and Whips is fine. It's fine.
Where's that track where he's like, the money don't fall.
Okay. So all things considered.
Oh,
That was the
horrible.
first. That's the first sort of like glitch in the album where I was like, what?
That's horrid.
What are we doing?
Absolutely horrid.
I was going to say the last track, but then actually thinking about it, no, he's actually doing too much on By the Grace of God, isn't he? He's doing way too much when I think of it. I've got the song in
I'm
my
glad
head
you
now,
said
and
that
he
as
is
well,
he is doing
The
way
annoying thing
too
is,
much
though,
in it.
we know Pharrell can sing, so
I
why
know.
did he go for the robot voice? And it doesn't even sound right. In my mind, I'm like, you could have got Future, you could have got Young Thug, you could have got someone who does the auto tune thing a lot better. You've just come along and I'm sorry, you've ruined a lot of tracks with your
No, he
reluctance.
didn't, man. Don't be extreme.
Did.
Ruined is harsh. That's harsh.
Ruin is harsh.
All things
man.
considered, the way he's singing on there, it's bad. It's bad.
I don't want to hear anything bad about that track. That track is hard. That's what
No, I'm with Sam. The hook is the hook is baggy, man. It's a bit too long. It's and I didn't, and the dream feature as well. I could have missed that. That didn't do too much for me.
Oh yeah, you know what? I'm glad you brought that up. That was the one. You know when I was gassing in the group saying all the features, that is the one feature that I was like I could have done without the dream being on there, man. I didn't even know what he flipping brought to the table. That song is hard, by the way, but when he gets his bit,
I've been thinking like, what's he saying on these?
Exactly.
Like the lyrics aren't it.
I don't know
He's
what
not
the dream
even
was saying,
doing
but I
anything.
liked it more than what Pharrell was saying because what Pharrell's saying is so in my face and like really bad. It's like the body don't bother. I was like, at least the dream's like tucked away, talking shit on the side, you know. But like this, yeah.
Tucked away. Oh wow.
You know what though? Like he was hitting the pockets and he was hitting the right notes at least. Okay, like it wasn't like the track has been ruined because this is.
Well, I'm finding it interesting that I thought the dream was like trapped under Kanye, but I guess you're not really trapped under Kanye right now
It's
because he's
good
kind of
music.
trapped under himself.
It's good
yeah,
music.
there's a lot of good
Pusha
music on
T's
it.
the boss.
Yeah. Well, I'm really sad actually though that the fact that good music was a thing and now it's not a thing is quite sad because they made some great music together. The I don't remember the name of the album, it's the winter one or whatever. It's Cruel Summer.
Cruel Summer.
Cruel Summer, that's it. Yeah,
That was an amazing project, and unfortunately, we never got anything else after that because of how things went. But the dream got I think he got robbed because he was meant to be like the hook guy, the singer of the group, and past that, I haven't really heard much of the dream like I was back then, if that makes sense.
I also think he did a really good hook on my favourite track on the Ye produced Nas album. I like that song, and that hook's good. I can't remember what the song's called now, but yeah. But no, that song, all things considered, the verses are hard, but it's just, for me, it's that hook and that feature sort of make it a mixed bag. And yeah, I'm not like So Far Ahead as well is another one to an even greater extent where like the beat and the verses are so hard, and then it switches into that hook from Pharrell, and it just doesn't do it for me, man.
But it's trying to
Doesn't do
lift
it.
the vibe, you know.
It's
trying to be like
It's
a
a
gospel
good flip.
church moment.
Yeah,
I
that's
want to
exactly what
understand
he's
it, but
doing.
I'm still sticking to my guns of it is terrible. Like I hate it. I hate it so
Oh,
much.
no.
Because
Well, you hate So Far Ahead as well.
No,
Yeah. The
Yeah.
verses are hitting me. I'm like, ooh, this
that's
beat's hard.
the
This
verses.
beat's hard.
Yeah,
Then it lifts. I'm like, this is okay. Then Pharrell started singing. I was like, yeah, I can't with this, man.
Whereas, so yeah, no, I'm with you on that one. Again, like they're both good tracks, but it takes me out when that happens. And then the final track for me, just generally, I'll be honest, underwhelmed me,
Did he?
man. Yeah, I feel what they're saying. But it just felt a little bit. Not trying to be. It's going to come across rude. I'll just say it. It felt a bit soundtracky, a bit like Pharrell's been in that world for some time, and it was just a bit like it didn't.
But do you think that his singing's doing that though? Because that's what I was saying.
The singing
I was
on this
about to
one is actually all right. This
It's,
is
yeah,
the
but
one
no,
track
yeah,
I
but
it's
say
not.
is all right.
No, it's not bad. It's just like it's the whole tone of it for me was just like this don't have that grit that the vast majority of the rest of the album has, and it just
I
didn't.
feel like it's a bookend though, because
Yeah,
the
it
first
is.
track's like that as well.
It is. I think they're
first
trying to
track
have
is
a
powerful.
nice start and end. They're not going to end on a high, so they
It's
have
just
to
this.
kind of
I
bring the
guess.
energy back down.
I guess, and this
Final
is going to
track
sound a
is
bit
sort of
rude.
like, let's close the book gently because it's been aggressive. This whole album.
Yeah, do you know what though? I'll be like, I know it comes across quite rude, this, but it just felt a little cookie cutter for me. A little cookie cutter and a bit abrupt. Bit abrupt. It was like, oh, okay, we're done.
Some
now.
of the language has gone a bit rude. I'm not gonna lie.
So be it. So be it. So be it, man. No, I'm sure. But yeah, that's just how I feel. And do you know what? The only one we haven't really touched on with Pharrell. I really want to get your thoughts on. Is it a beat? How do you the EBITDA? EBITDA.
EBITDA.
What does that actually even stand for? Because I still
It's
don't
like a
know
business
what that stands
term.
for.
It's
Okay.
equity before investments, tax,
Okay, that makes
debt
okay.
and assets. Or something. It's a
Yeah.
business term about assessing
Okay.
the quality of your business.
Okay.
Oh, fair enough.
So this
It's like
one,
the most true way to look at a business, basically.
this one, I'm speaking more generally now, not just about Pharrell. I think this one is one of those ones that maybe in like 6 months or a year's time, I'll go, oh wow, I get this now.
The
This
beat's
one might be a
crazy.
bit
No, the
too
beat is
like.
phenomenal. Love it.
Oh, you love it, yeah.
Absolutely love it. Yeah, no, I love the beat. No, the beat and the sort of the sound and what I'm getting from it. It's like I love what I'm hearing. In terms of deep in the song and what it's about, no, I haven't got that far yet. I just like
That's
the
where
whole
I'm at.
yeah. I just like the sound
I
of the
want to
song.
say more, but I
Yeah.
can't.
Hopefully that beat clicks with me then, because I don't think it's. I think it's just. This is me just being like really honest. It's like maybe it's just a little bit too maybe like ahead of its time or experimental is not the right word. I guess it's just it's beyond me at the moment. But it might
It's a
click with me
simple
later on.
beat, though. It's a very simple beat. Out of all the other beats you've heard, there's nothing really going on there. It's just kind of
It sounds.
that little ding 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 ding, and then the chorus in the background or the choir in the background. It's simple.
Is it?
That's how I remember EBITDA.
That beat
Okay.
also, the sample reminds me of the Neptune's tracks produced for Justin Timberlake. It's got that kind of guitar in it, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
it's got that senorita feel to it.
I need to go back again. Then I need to go back, and I've listened to it quite a lot as well. But yeah, I hear the sort of like I say, I feel like at some point it's just going to click, and I go, oh yeah, I get this one now. I think where it's quite short as well, it's again a bit like abrupt, like oh we're done now. It's like less than 2 minutes long.
I'm glad about that though. I'm glad they stuck to the current trend of having a shorter album. Like, there's no need to stretch this out to an hour. Just let it be 30, 40 minutes and call it a day. Like,
Yeah.
But it doesn't feel short at all. It's a real
It doesn't.
meaty.
Yeah.
it goes quick though. It goes quick because there's so many different. You don't feel like anything's dragging. Everything kind of. It's like Sean said at the beginning. It's an urgent album. Like, there's a sense of like, all right, come on, let's get on to the next thing. Let's get on to the next thing. Kind of. No track drags for me apart from the last track, but I know they're trying to have a moment there. So
In a way, this kind of urgency, I don't think I've heard it since Run the Jewels 4. Like, I feel like when that album dropped, it was just like crazy, like explosions. It feels like this one's trying to like strike off like that as well. Like, we're in a war zone right now, and they've got the nukes at the moment.
mad. Well, he
like that.
he does mention war a little bit. He talks about the art of war and all my guys at Picasso and all that kind of stuff. So maybe he is in that kind of mode of like trying to just drill through it quickly. I don't know, but yeah. Let's talk about the production because we've been flirting about Pharrell and talk about how bad he is with his singing or how good it is or whatever it is. Production wise, he's 10 for 10 on this for
Like
me.
100%. I swear, was it last year or the year before we voted him producer of the year?
I don't remember that.
It was recent.
I feel like the last big year Pharrell had hip hop wise was 22, maybe.
Oh, it was 22. Yeah.
Maybe.
I swear we voted him up at top.
Yeah.
Pharrell makes great beats, but he also does experiment quite a lot in this album, and a lot of it came off quite well for me personally. For other people, they might complain, "Oh, it's not boom bap, it's not this, it's not that." It's like, listen, these beats are out of this world, quite literally. Some of them are like, you will never hear anything like this again, and if you do, it's just a cheap copy of what's been done in some of these tracks.
And they're not samey either. Every single one
not
hits
at all.
something different.
Yeah.
I think it's one of the best produced albums so far this year. I don't know if it's one of his best though. I don't know about that yet.
It's not his best, but it's
I
also
don't
not
know about
classic
that.
Neptune sound, is it? Like, it's not. You can't place this into a bucket that Pharrell's ever been in before. Do you know what I mean? It's like,
So as a solo Pharrell produced album, maybe it is his best solo.
I'm not sure.
Solo
I don't know.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm trying to think of another one where he's just done it by himself. Just to compare
I think maybe
but-
it's that It's Almost Dry was the closest it came to actually.
Yeah, because when I think about some of the production on that, things like Let the Smokers Shine the Coops and Neck and Wrist.
Yeah.
But But Pharrell, I was looking at his recent credits and the range of like the different types of genres that he produces within, and obviously the soundtracks. I know I kind of joked a bit earlier about it, but like you can hear bits of these things within these beats, whether it's like the the Saudi Arabian sample and So Be It, to even that final track, which has got that more that softer sort of feel and appeal. Yeah, it's certainly wide ranging. But yeah, whether it's some of his best work to date, I'm not sure on that. I'd have to
Some of these beats are the best beats I think he's ever made. You know, like he has his moments. Like I think So Be It is like a classic beat.
100%.
Yeah,
So
So
Be
Be
It
It
is a
number one.
classic.
Might
Like
be Beat of the
you
Year,
are not
yeah.
hearing anything like that. That's just phenomenal. Like
And the drop on Ace trumpets.
Oh, yes.
Forget about the hook bit. The hook
Yeah.
bit's a bit lazy. You know, it's just a very simple kind of stripped back bit. But the drop, oh, that bass
Yeah.
hits differently.
That's the future
FICO's
as well.
hard as well. FICO is so hard, man.
That's the
Which
kind
one?
of soul sample thing going on there, isn't it?
Yeah.
What
But
track
yeah,
did you say?
I know we're saying it's not his
FICO.
best produced
FICO.
work, but the beats,
Stoneball
the beats
Cooks.
on this, some of his best beats are living in this album, I think.
Kieran, what you've been nodding for like 10 seconds.
yeah, because he's trying to think of FICO.
I'm trying to
that's
remember
why.
which one
Yeah.
FICO is.
Oh.
Does that have the strings in it?
No,
It's
got the
more,
woman going,
It's like it's like a soulful
what's
type
that one
sample.
with the strings in it?
That's FICO.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know and I know.
Yeah.
So
Straight to the
There we
stove.
go.
Yeah.
Do you know what? And credit where credit's due, as I always say, like there's a couple beats on here that really did remind me of Ye. Like I feel like whether it was a sort of is it Mike Tyson blow to the face where there's the kind of vocal sample that stabs in
Oh yeah.
with the woman talking, that reminds me of something that Kanye would do. But also,
I mean, Push has been spoilt for Kanye beats, right? Like, over the years, he's had a fully produced Kanye album. He's had beats, you know, thrown his way, verses thrown in there. Like Push has had a lot of involvement with Kanye, and it's probably shaped a lot of how he likes to rap his Kanye style. Obviously, not how he produces now. Kanye produces very differently now to how he did 5 years ago. But definitely the sampling style, it's a Kanye West style of sampling.
And I also thought the Birds Don't Sing sounded like it could have lived in that Watch the Throne, Cruel Summer type era.
Yeah.
It's got that kind of feel to it as well.
Yeah.
Same with Chains and Whip as well. That's Watch the Throne vibes.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Anything that becomes like epic and kind of majestic in the beat style, you always think of like Watch the Throne era or like that.
But you know
music
what?
era.
Watch the Throne took that from the Timbaland and Neptune's era, where they were making like that music with Madonna and stuff. It was just crazy epic tracks like that.
I did not know that. Another Virginia guy, I believe, Timbaland.
I'll swear.
Oh, is he Timberland as well? I
Virginia's-
did not know that at all.
I think
Missy
he is.
as
I think
well,
him and
right?
Pharrell came up together.
Oh, wow.
Missy, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I knew
Crazy.
Missy was. Yeah.
Something was in the water around that time because
Virginia's crazy.
Virginia's mad. But I do have to say, like, if production wise, I know I've spoke about it a couple of times, Hell Hath No Fury, still the Clipse album for me, where the production is just on a different level. That was, like Mr. Me Too, Wamp Wamp, Ride Around Shining, like, stuff like that.
Apparently those
crazy.
beats are like throwaway beats though. Apparently like
That's crazy.
Pusha used to ask Pharrell for the beats that other people declined, and he'd go and rap on those.
That's
apparently.
crazy because
That's what I heard him say in one of the
That's
interviews.
the greatest
It's like,
throwaways ever.
Yeah, a lot of the early
even the start of that album of Hell Hath No Fury, I'm like just
got it for
honestly.
Yeah,
Jeez.
Pharrell said that he used to make loads of beats for like the the pop stars, whatever. And then Push would be like, "Give me the weird shit that people said no to," and then that's kind of how they got to where they're at now.
Two heads do it better than one though. Like you see it in Outkast as well. This duo mentality, it just makes the curation and everything so much better.
Yeah.
I mean, in all honesty, as well though, beat selection wise, I think they're undefeated. There's no like crap beats on here. That's the thing that we've always kind of got onto some people for, is our beat selection, or if they produce their own beats, the beat's not as good. All the beats on here slap.
Yeah. Well, look, we've come to the end. It's that time that time we used to do, we know very well back in the day when it comes to these reviews. I think just quickly, we did this before when Theo was away as well. We completely forgot to mention, like, Neil's not with us, and that's such a shame, because we know Neil was a huge
Oh
Clipse
no,
fan.
we left it till the end.
Yeah, so hopefully we get some voice notes and he can share his favorite tracks and scores as well, because that's what we're about to do.
Yeah, man. Song's amazing. The song I'm talking about, obviously, the opening song for the album, "The Birds Don't Sing." One thing I loved was the way the album opens. Like the musical progression in "The Birds Don't Sing" is amazing. They start with this minimal, eerie set of notes during the verses, and then as the track builds, they slowly layer the chords and extra instruments. And it's just, yeah, it's crazy. It feels like the tension is rising bar by bar, like you're being lifted in a vehicle that's going up a hill, and you can just feel the pressure building the whole way. It doesn't just sound good; it actually adds to the storytelling. It pulls in your focus in and makes you listen. The emotional rise, the mirror. It's just, yeah. The thing what they're saying in the verses, it mirrors the emotion, and it's not just the background; it's part of the message. It's really cinematic, and Pharrell and the Clipse killed it. And I like how it goes up. It starts from, like, again, from the minimal, and it goes up to the chorus, and the same thing happens for Malice's part as well. So yeah, that was a really amazing, that part for me. Great opening. John Legend killed the hook, the chorus. Amazing. Great production. Oh yeah, as for themes, drug dealing. That's an obvious one. I think they're highlighting where they came from, you know what I mean? They're not shying from that, like they never have, but they're still letting you know, like, they used to move that weight, that diet coke. Yeah, I would say definitely that divine reckoning, that kind of street reality element. I would say it's kind of like they're doing this kind of karma consequence kind of idea the whole way through. They're big on the legacy and repentance, but also kind of like showing us the pain and the trials that they've been through along the way, from their past. So yeah, those are things I think are kind of definitely thing. Also luxury rap. They put some luxury shit in there. It's like, yo, you know what I mean? $500,000 we call for Kasha. There's loads of things in there that was like, yo, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Now, when it comes to Push v Malice on this, I'm gonna keep saying it. I'm gonna sound like a broken record, but there are two sides of the same coin for me. They just give you different things, and I think they're really good at it, but it's still the same value. So it's really hard for me to really pick on that, really. If I had to pick, I don't know if I can. I think it's different. I think Malice is really good. Like I think he's really good at cutting deep with certain lines, and I feel like he comes with like a certain kind of clarity and kind of like matureness that, but still like just deep and very very wise, but kind of like, yeah. I don't know. I feel like his lines kind of hit more heavier, where I think Push's, they're a bit more kind of like sharper, wittier, and like smart and clever and like very lyrical. Like, so I think they're different in their own way, but I appreciate them the same way. I don't want to pick, but yeah, I think that's the difference between the two. I think one's very sharp and very witty, and just, they're both witty, but it's just Push is very like on the point, like, yeah. And Malice is a bit more slow at times and just really kind of takes time and delivery and let you really feel the deep lines. Okay, now if we're talking features, I think the first feature was the Tyler feature. Gassed. Absolutely gassed. Yeah, absolutely. I was so gassed. The way he came in, the first line instantly drew me in. I was even more gassed because I didn't look at the feature list before I played it. I just put my headphones in, commuting to work, and I heard him come through, and he came in amazing. Brilliant. And we all know Tyler's such a massive Clipse fan. So for him to have that chance to work with him on such a big occasion was a moment. I think it's like a full circle, because he often talks about how he's they're a big influence to him. And to show for Clipse to recognize his talents and put him on this album, means a lot, I think, to everyone included, even the fans. And that was a great time. A momentous time for everyone. And he bodied it. Killed it. Absolutely killed it. Kendrick, oh my God. He did his thing. Kendrick did his thing. What can be said? You know what I'm saying? Like he does, like he did what he needed to do. He didn't underdeliver. He gave the fans, everyone, what needs to happen. I think it was very anticipated because obviously the talks about the verse and the controversy of all that kind of stuff and the labels. But I loved it. I think it was great. Absolutely great. Absolutely. The ginger root bar? Come on. The Jenga bar? Ginseng? Yeah, crazy. Kendrick, mad. And the flows and how he just go, you know how he does his thing. Yeah. Yeah. It's just clinical. And yeah, of course, the legend, the OG Nas, that beat switch, yo, they set him up perfect. That was an amazing one. He came in amazing, just kind of asserted dominance, let people know, yeah, who I am, what I've done. And yeah, he just 10 out of 10 performance, great bars, just right. Yeah, it was really good. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, I think that was a highlight for me for that song. That was a Let God Sort Him Out one, Chandeliers, yeah. That one was really good for me. I really enjoyed that. Right, my favorite tracks. Oh, my favorite tracks. I'm gonna go with So Be It. That's still up there for me. Oh, this is hard. This is really hard. I want to go with POV. And the last but not least, for me, I'm stuck between Ace Trumpets and Chains and Whips. I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go Chains and Whips. Yeah, Chains and Whips. Yeah. Now to score it out of 10, had to really think about this one. I think initial listen, I thought, yeah, it's a 10. Straight 10. When you sit with it for a while, I think you kind of just you still enjoy it. The shock value it doesn't really influence the score as much. So I think I'm gonna put it at like a 9 point. I'm gonna go a 9.4. Yeah, a 9.4. Like there's no really skips, but there's some songs that I'm not as excited to hear. But it's not bad songs, it's just I'm not that excited. It's because some songs are so good. I'm hyped. And I kind of want to carry that kind of feeling for the whole way, even though that's probably not realistic, but I think it gets me to a point I really want to continue that momentum at times. And some songs don't fully do that. Not to say that they're terrible, it's just they're just not as good as the others on the album. And that's just what it is. That's my only criticism on it, really. But yeah, love the album. Been playing it non-stop every single day. Nah, scratch that. Fuck that. I don't know what I was thinking. It's a 10. It's a fucking 10. To come back from that hiatus and to give an album like this, absolutely insane. The production, freaking nailed it. They stayed true to Clipse, but brought it to a current, newer time. They've pushed the needle. They've showed people they like really rap. They haven't held back at all in the production. They didn't go easy or cheesy with certain songs. They didn't try and force a pop situation or a hit song. I thought that they really stayed true to who they are and their artistry, but also gave us quality, pure quality music and album through and through. Authentic. Really, really good. Really, really, really good. One of the best hip hop duos and groups of all time. Fuck it, it's a 10.
So, who wants to kick us off? Top 3 tracks.
I'll do it. POV, the Stove God track, and let's go with Ace Trumpets.
Theo, do you want to go next?
So Be It, Chains and Whips, And God, yeah, it's POV.
Okay. I can no longer see Kieran on my screen, so I'll quickly do mine then. Mine's still the two singles, Ace Trumpets and So Be It, and then FICO with Stove God Cooks. That's my top three. And
Am I back?
Kieran's back. Yeah.
Yeah. So Be It. Gotta be. Stove God. That chorus is too crazy, and POV. Yeah, that POV is crazy. It's a perfect hip hop for me.
Nice.
Are we
Scores.
venturing into score territory? Are we actually doing it this time?
Yeah, let's do it. Scores on the doors. Let's do it.
Okay, let's start with Kieran because we know what number he's going to say.
10 out of
He's
10.
the most excitable one. Come on, Kieran. Say the number.
9.2734.
No, he's
Well,
saying a solid number.
But you know what? Like, I would have come in and just like ignorant and just came up with 10 to us. But I was like listening to your points and it balanced me a little bit. But I'll say 9.7.
Still a high score.
That's a 10. That's basically a 10, isn't
It is, isn't it? It is.
We're starting there.
Oh, wow.
Let's
Okay.
go. Let's go, Theo. I know you're feeling it.
Yeah, I was gonna say let's get the irrational people out of the way first. So come on, Theo, give us your number.
9.7.
I don't know why he's laughing so much.
Why? No, because the high scores always just knock me out, man. No, to be fair, my score's pretty. Well, when I say no, just give it a solid 9.1.
0.1. I don't even know where you get the
Solid.
0.1.
I've never heard that in the same sentence. Solid and a decimal. Here we go.
Yeah,
We're breaking ground tonight.
I feel like I said solid earlier, a solid whatever, but it doesn't matter.
Hey. Go on, Sam. You go.
I'm sitting at like an 8.8. Sitting at 8.8.
Okay.
It could be lower, and it should be lower because of Pharrell singing, but I've allowed that to the side.
Oh my!
If I put Pharrell singing in there, it's going down to like a 4. Honestly, I hate it that much.
Wow.
But yeah, 8.8.
Oh no. Yeah, I haven't thought about it too specific. I'll go. I'm close to Sam, probably like around the 8.5 mark. Yeah. We spoke about the hooks that take me out at times, couple of the features, and yeah, there's just one or two tracks that still I'm a bit unsure on, but yeah,
You guys
8.5
kept
might
your
go up to a
cards-
9.
You kept your
Fair,
cards
man.
close to your chest. Like,
I
I only went with 88 because it's got
take
keys on
it-
the piano, and Pusha would like that. So there's that.
So with it being 8.5, I take it that's not your album of the year so far, then yet.
It's if we're talking like purely on a favorite, like what am I listening to a lot and what will probably like get the most listens at the end? Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying this one the most, arguably right up there with Wretch, how I was listening to that one. But if we're talking best, like if I'm trying to be more objective, nah. I've probably still got Woods right up there for that one.
Yeah.
That's the sad thing, isn't it? I wanted this to be my album of the year, and it's not. I could lie and say it is, but it's not.
But this is the quality of this year, and I know we'll be doing a recap, so we won't go into this too much. It's like, you know, I've given it an 8.5. That's basically a 9. Like you round it up, it's a 9.
Yeah,
9 out of 10. That's a high score. 10s are in at least in my world can be very, very rare. Yet we've had like 4 or 5 other albums this year that are around that. Do you know what I mean? It's 2025 has been so strong so far. And the thing is, like this month alone, what we've got to expect. I mean, we're recording this on the 21st of July. Tyler's just dropped out of nowhere. We got Alfredo 2 coming. We got Jid. We got New Joey. There's like so much going on. Yeah. The end of year awards.
If this had been last year, it would be album of the year, no question. Unfortunately, this year is so stacked that it's like I have to be honest and true to myself. I can't be like joining the crowd of like, oh, this is the best album ever. I'm like, for me right now, this is not the best album, and I'm not stretching it. I'm talking about what I'm listening to, what I'm enjoying the most, and what fits into the bracket of my listening habits in my life.
I can't
That's
lie,
it.
I've been listening with like rose tinted glasses, but since hearing what Sam said about Pharrell, I don't know if I'm gonna listen to the album the same way. You're like,
I'm so
you
sorry.
are making it feel horrible to go back.
No, but it's each to their own though. And if you like, for instance, that what was the All Things Considered? If you like that hook, so be it. Just go with it. You know.
Thank you, thank you. I like all things considered. Gatters me.
Hey, this is Sean, and thanks for listening to another episode of The Grey Area. Are you an upcoming artist, critic, journalist, or content creator? Hit us up on our Discord or in our YouTube comments if you want to share new music, take part in an interview, or are interested in collaborating. Links to these can be found in the show notes. Take care.